I did everything myself in here. That is not how you do the business. And that right there is a house that I have already flipped as well. And I already know that I can flip this house to a buyer on my buyers list because I got a strong buyers list in this area. Hey, what's up guys? John Cochran here, and today is Systems Saturday, the day that I bring you a system that I use in my business that you can rip off, duplicate using your own local market. Now, if you haven't been to one of my live events yet, why not? I only deliver my entire blueprint to you, which qualifies you for a $500,000 line of credit to do business with. Now, in today's Systems Saturday session, we're gonna talk about how to identify your real estate sweet spot. Now, what your sweet spot is basically where you need to be doing business in. Okay, so your sweet spot is going to be, you need to find your sweet spot to be where everybody is buying properties at. Okay, and that's where you're going to be flipping real estate in, because you already know that the market is buying properties in this area. Now, this data that you need to pull and the research that you need to do, it's 100% going to come from the MLS. By far, that is the only place where it's going to come from, is from the MLS. If you're not a licensed realtor, you can always have a licensed realtor pull all of this information for you. Now, this data, it will tell you exactly where you need to be flipping properties in. So back early on, for the first 8 years that I was in business, believe it or not guys, I flipped every single property in one subdivision. Now the reason I did that was because I knew the area so well, okay? And from knowing the area so well, it really stopped me from working in all the areas of where all the properties were actually selling in, because I didn't know my numbers, I didn't know what you're learning today. So this data will show you exactly where you need to be doing business in, okay? Now here's the exact system that we use in order to find out where you need to be flipping properties at. First of all, you have to log into your local MLS. So do that, log in right into your local MLS, and all MLSs are different. So these screenshots that you see right here, it's possible that they are different than what your MLS is gonna look like. Log into the MLS and do what's called a standard search, okay? Whenever you do a standard search, you can do a plethora of different things. And what you wanna do is you want to search for properties that are residential, that are single family, that were sold in every single county in your entire MLS. Every single county in your entire MLS, okay? Whenever you choose all that data, now you need to choose all the sold homes the past year. So you can see that I'm searching for residential homes that are single family in every single county in my MLS and that have been sold last year. Okay, this is what's going to show you exactly where your sweet spot numbers really are. So you can see right here, this right here is my sweet spot numbers. There's 15,281 sold properties last year into all of those counties into our MLS. And here's your sweet spot numbers. You can tell that everybody is buying properties that are 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,742 square foot, with the list price of $121,000 and the selling price of $116,000. So that tells me right there that I need to be buying properties that are 3-bedroom, 2-bath, around 1,700 square foot, that are going to be selling for right around $116,000. Once you identified your sweet spot numbers, now what you need to do is you need to do a search to find all the cities or the areas that meet those sweet spot numbers. You got to go find all those areas. And this, literally by finding all these areas, it's going to tell you a lot about your sweet spot. So check this out. What I did was I did a search of all the properties that were sold in every single city and every single town in our entire MLS. Here's what I found out. The average sales price right here is really what I was looking for. What you can see highlighted in yellow is all the properties that are in our sweet spot, because the sales price is right around that $116,000 figure that we have just identified. So you can see here that Inglewood Clayton, that is in my sweet spot. Fairborn, Bath Township, 98,000, that is in my sweet spot. Franklin, Carlisle, that is in my sweet spot. So you look for all the towns that are selling the properties in your sweet spot that have sold a lot of inventory. 395, 336, 315, 510 homes sold last year alone. Now, this data will also tell you other things as well. I want you to look at these stars right here: Beaver Creek, Bellbrook, Centerville. You can see here that the average sales price is $188,000 for Beaver Creek. Bellbrook, $251,000. Centerville, $193,000. Now, those are higher than our sweet spot, but you can tell that the units sold, or the homes sold, is 690, 214, 927. So they're selling a lot of properties in those areas, but they're going to be harder for me to pick up. But whenever I do pick them up, you can tell that I'm going to make a lot of money on them whenever I'm able to buy in those areas. One other figure that you need to look at is, say, Dayton. See that right here? It has a little dash, Dayton and Trotwood. Notice this. Dayton has sold 1,267 homes last year in 2013. Right here, the average sales price is $47,712. So what this means is that that area is perfect to wholesale properties in, because there's a lot of people buying, but at the same time, they're really, really cheap. So that's a great area to wholesale properties in. Same with Trotwood, Madison. 34,000, there's 261 homes sold last year. Great area to wholesale. And then going back to the Beaver Creek, Bellbrook, and Centerville, great places right there to rehab, because they sell for top dollar and they sell a lot of them. So guys, identify your sweet spot. I can tell you those are the areas that you want to be doing business in. Subscribe to the channel, comment on the video below, and I'm out, guys. See ya.